where he took the wrong car. I thought that was hilarious, but it kind of reminded me of when my brother and I and my sister, we were all pretty little. I was at Cub Scouts. And of course, my brother is younger than that, but his job that day that my parents gave him was to rake up the leaves. Dad worked nights at Firestone, and so Rick gathered up these leaves and he lit them on fire. Nowadays, you'd think we were crazy having a kid that old with his parents, one gone to work and the other one's in bed. And he's lighting these leaves on fire in a plastic or metal bucket and swinging them around. And then when he got done with that, he'd dump them in the fire, or not the fire, he'd dump them in the window well that goes to the basement, like a basement window. The window that big. Well, that window mysteriously had a BB gun hole in it. Dad woke up and smelled smoke. And he's looking around, he can't find the fire, can't find the fire. The fire's outside, it's coming in through that BB gun hole. So he calls the fire department and says, I smell smoke all over the house, what should I do? And the voice on the other end of the phone said, I think you should call the fire department, because he called the wrong number. So anyway, I mean, we probably could go on and on about stories like that, but I'll go ahead and do the obituary. Jerry Thompson was born February 20th, 1930 in Dodge City, Arkansas. Can we hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. Dodge City, Arkansas is a ghost town now. I went there once. There's remnants of an old gymnasium to a high school. It's just kind of falling apart, but it was kind of neat to see. His mother was Elizabeth Sumter Thompson. Jerry died at the VA hospital in Des Moines, Iowa on September 28th, 1921, or 2021. A couple words about that. His mother, Elizabeth Sumter Thompson, Dad was the youngest of 8 children between his mother and his dad. And his brother is a twin brother, Perry, and his mother are buried outside Black, Missouri. And Dad and Frida went there when they were able. I think almost every year they made an annual trip to Missouri to go visit that grave, which it was kind of neat because it was out in the country and you had to walk across the creek, roll your pant legs up and walk across the creek and through some woods, and this cemetery was out in the field. But anyway, they enjoyed doing that. Jerry lived in Buick, Missouri, which is now also a ghost town, Buick is called Buick Mines now. A mining company bought it and the town's gone. And then also he was an indentured servant, and I can't remember the name of the family that adopted him, but I know they treated him really well. And that was in Black, Missouri. And he lived in Indiana with his sisters, Mona and Levon. And then from there, I think he went into the military, learned electrician trade, and then to Marshalltown and worked for his uncle at Marshall Electric. Altoona. I'm supposed to read this, and I'm not.
That's okay.
Des Moines, Iowa. Jerry was an Army veteran who served in the Korean War for 6 years. He also worked at Marshall Electric, I guess I said that, and Firestone. Jerry had 3 children. Teresa, we call her Terry, myself, Kevin, and the youngest, Rick. We call him Rick, his name is Richie. And that was with his first wife, Mary Lou Vance, and she is deceased. He was the proud grandfather of 5 grandchildren. Jerry's siblings included Willard, Pearl, Mona, Levon, Gurney, Henry, Pete, and his twin brother, Perry. I don't really, let's see, let me just finish that and then I'll tell you. His step siblings included Bess, Agnes, Winnie, Wanda, Mabel, Molly, and Betty. Yeah, I think it's around 16. I can't count that high without taking off my shoes. Jerry's second wife, Rita Rummelhart Thompson, passed away only a week before him. Jerry's stepchildren include Gregory Duke, Darwin, Gary, Tom Campbell, and Linda Mark. Jerry enjoyed coaching Little League Baseball, singing, playing guitar, cards, mushroom hunting, college basketball, I don't know how to pronounce this, Sudoku puzzles, bingo, and going to auctions with Frida. He was a passionate bowler who won numerous trophies and only stopped in his late 80s. He had a sharp wit and was quick to a joke. Most importantly, he loved his wife dearly and was very proud of his family, especially his grandchildren. The biggest thing I remember about Dad was him being a baseball coach, like my brother said. And some people, especially my mom probably, thought he was really, really hard on us, you know, because he was our coach and he was also on this. Every time we'd have practice, we'd go home and practice some more. We had a game, we'd go home and work on our mistakes. But at times, yes, it was like you wish you'd knock it off. It's like it's overkill. But I appreciated it at the time overall, and I look back on it now, and I'm thankful that he was that way because I loved baseball, and because of him, I was good, and I just learned that if you like something, you want to be good at it, and if you're good at it, the more you're going to like it, and I just really appreciate all the effort that he put into that. Thank you.